Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to have you all here on this all-important live session. Thank you to those that were already waiting for me before I joined. I can see many people there. Someone is putting the link on the WhatsApp group. If you are just joining, I think Miracle is doing that. And if Miracle is not there, another person will also put it. So some people are saying they are just joining. So join along. Let's wait for just 2 minutes and then we're good to go. So are we together? I promise that today I'm going to teach, even if it's just one person that I have in the class. I'm going to make sure that that one person starts the class as at when it's supposed to start. But before we proceed, I would like somebody in this class, whether you're male or female, just type us a very short prayer, because this night is very, very strategically important to me. Just type a very short prayer in the comment section so that we can proceed from there, because this night is absolutely important. I tagged it Unveiling 2024 Blueprint because of its strategic importance. And thank you, Martin. You're already typing. Thank you. Let's have that short prayer. Thank you, Father, for tonight. Oyobolo Omotayo, let's have that prayer, please. Thank you. All right. Prince Samuel is also leading the prayer. Thank you. And we all pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you for the wisdom that God is going to give us tonight. Amen. Thank you. Before we also proceed, 12 people on YouTube, and I have other people on the other platform. 5 people, share your location. Who is watching from different locations? Share your location. Where are you watching from? Who is here watching from a different location? I'm teaching on Unveiling 2024 Blueprint. That's what I'm doing this night. It's not my regular sales and marketing, right? So this night, I want to help the business owners who are connected to me, and also individuals, maybe career people or students, whoever you are and you are connected to this live class. I only have one notion tonight, or one important thing tonight, to help you become the best you have to be in 2024. Okay, I can see Port Harcourt, I can see Imo State, I can see Enugu. I think I have more Port Harcourt in the room than other cities. Is there nobody watching from Lagos? Who is watching from Lagos here? Okay. Heartland City. Okay, that's Owerri. Somebody's in Owerri, Imo State. Who else? Who else? Share your locations. Share your locations. Okay, another person is watching from Enugu. All right. Who else is watching from Lagos? Who else is watching from Kaduna, from Abuja? Who is from, okay, Gift. Chinyere Gift is watching from Owerri. Who else? Edo State. Okay, Judith is from Edo State, watching from Edo State. Okay, I know as we proceed in this class, I will have different people from, okay, now I have Chiwendu Machuku from Lagos. Okay, I know I'll get from Abuja very soon, and I also get some of my friends in Tanzania, and this is my friend in South Africa who promised to join this class tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead to what we have here tonight. I'm trying to thank God. Okay, bless him, God Chef Organic Staff. Nice to have you. I'm believing God that tonight we'll be here less than 2 hours, maybe an hour plus, or maybe maximum an hour. But if you have been part of my previous class, you know that I don't set a class because I want to joke or because I just want people to listen to me. I set a class because it is so important that we do that class. And what led me to bringing this 2024 blueprint is simple. Over the years in my life, I have set New Year resolutions that have failed. I have written down things that I want to accomplish in a year, and I ended up not accomplishing them. At a point, it made me look like a failure. It ate into my energy system. It ate into the system that energized me to go forward and achieve. It made me look like I could do it. I could set something and then I could not fulfill it. And this thing did not happen just once. It happened over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know that most of us in this particular room, we have faced that challenge. Just the second week of December, first and second week of December, we heard that different churches across the world had different programs, right? There was Shiloh, there was the one at Redemption Camp, there was, what is it called? There was the Experience. Almost all the churches in Nigeria and across Africa had 1 or 2 programs that they did. And guess what? There is prophetic release in all those churches, right? Some say this is their year of glory. Another person said this is their year of manifesting light. The other generation said this is their year of whatsoever. As beautiful as all those things are, it's important for us to know that God is not responsible to the degree of success that we achieve here on earth. That is why it's talked somewhere in the Bible that if all our desires ends here on earth, we are of most men miserable. That means God's jurisdiction is in heaven. Our jurisdiction is on the face of the earth. Right? That means God has given us power to change some things, to do some things upon the face of the earth. And it is total irresponsibility to start looking up to God to accomplish those things He has given us the power to do. Take for instance, I believe that every one of us here must have had our breakfast or lunch today. How many of us actually prayed and said, God, what do I eat for breakfast? How many of us did that? I can boldly say that none of us did that, simply because we are already aware by the own will and wisdom and intuition that God has given to us that this is what is my responsibility. I don't need to ask God. Recall that some time ago there was a particular church in Nigeria who said that television was a sin. Right? The problem is that in this part of the world we are late adopters of innovation. We wait until it is proven. We are currently going into the generation of AI, artificial intelligence. I know for sure that in the nearest future, I may not be alive to witness it. You may not be alive. None of us here may be alive to witness it. But I know that in the nearest future, there is going to be a total obliteration of the fiat currency, the naira and dollar that we all have today, where we go fully into blockchain. Right? I don't know when that time will come, because there was also a time when the only medium for exchange was barter system. People exchange what they have and got what they wanted. And the regular fiat currency that we have today, the naira and dollar, became a breakthrough innovation when it finally came out. Right? People enjoyed it. People said, wow, this is a breakthrough. It's like a eureka moment. At some point before that thing came out, it didn't look like it was going to be a possibility. In the nearest future, there is going to be maybe a complete obliteration of the fiat currency, and we'll be fully working on the decentralized system of transaction, which is the blockchain. But that is not my focus. I'm trying to tell you that If you're already getting ready when the battle has started, you are late. You have to start ahead of time. You don't get prepared in battle, you perfect in battle, right? They say that the soldier does not learn how to shoot in the battleground. So the first thing I want to tell you today about the 2024 blueprint is simple. Number one is that 2024 is going to be the same year as 2023, 2022. But before we get into that, let's look at some of these things. I hope we know that it was never God who created the calendar, right? The calendar was created in Egypt some many thousands of years ago. So probably in the sight of God, he does not understand what 2024 is. Is somebody understanding what I'm saying? God probably does not recognize 2024 as 2024. If we didn't have calendar, we had what they called that time 1600 BC before Christ, 2500 AC after Christ, and all those methods of counting and keeping records of times or archaeological differences. And we come to a particular point where the calendar was developed, and now we can say 2001, 2002, 2000 and this, and then we are 2023, which is eventually ending in a couple of weeks to come. Now that is why we can say we are going into 2024. But it's important for us to know that there may be nothing like 2024 in the eyes of God. So sometimes while we are praying and say, oh Lord, bless me in 2024, God is probably not understanding the year that you are saying he should bless you. Does that mean he cannot bless you in 2024? No. But I'm trying to give you ownership of time. Right? Now, on the face of the earth, I've established that fact that calendar was not created by God. So take note of that. And so that you know that your life should not be ruled based on the calendar, right? Your life should not be ruled based on the calendar. You have to get note of that very well, and it's very, very important. Number two, I'm not yet giving you the blueprint. I'm just giving you introduction. Listen, the greatest resource that God ever gave to mankind is time. That's the greatest resource that God ever gave to mankind is time. Right? The greatest resource that God gave to mankind is time. And guess what? God is so impartial that he made this resource to be evenly distributed. Thank you, Rita, joining us from Asaba. Thank you. Listen, I said it again. The greatest resource that God gave to mankind is what? Time. And based on the fairness of God, the equity part of God, he gave that resource and made it very even. Please, I'm sorry for this. I'll just get it fixed immediately. So he made that resource. Don't worry, go and turn it on. He made that resource evenly distributed to everyone on the face of the earth. I'll get this sorted out, please. So sorry about that. This resource is evenly distributed to everyone. There is no one who God gave more than 24 hours a day. God gave everybody 24 hours a day. Now, but unfortunately, what differentiates men is that this time that is evenly distributed, people unevenly utilize it. Right? So what differentiates us and makes us different now is as a result of the uneven utilization of this time. Please, I want you to follow me and follow my thought pattern for this evening so that you get what I'm saying, and it's very important that you do so. Are we together? Does somebody understand what I'm saying? Okay. So, sorry, I've gotten this sorted out. Don't worry. 1 minute, please. Tell him not to turn off the journey. Even if they bring that. You get? Alright, so sorry guys, I've sorted that out. Tell him not to put it off, even if. Tell him. Alright, so sorry for that break in transmission. So thank you. I'm happy that some people are following me. So unfortunately, God in his fair nature, actually made time evenly distributed to every man on the face of the earth. Both the rich and the poor have access to 24 hours a day. All of us. Whether you are black, you are white, you are big, you are small, you are fat, you are sexy, you are thin, however you are, you have access to 24 hours a day. Unfortunately, what will make me different from you is what I do with that 24 hours a day. So I say it again, that God evenly distributed time to everyone on the face of the earth. But what differentiates us is the uneven utilization of that time. So the amount of work that somebody puts in his 24 hours is different from the amount of work that another person puts in his 24 hours. And automatically the results that will come as an outcome can never be the same. I don't know if we're making sense here. Now again, I'm still on the introduction. I've not gotten to the blueprint. The sad truth is this, that as every year passes by, everybody is a year closer to his grave. I'm sorry, but it's the sad truth. Who agrees with what I'm saying? Right? As every year passes, this was a kind of thought I got some many years ago, where I got to understand that as a man celebrates his birthdays, his death days are near to him, are coming nearer to him. As a man celebrates his birthdays, his death days becomes nearer. That means there is no time to play around. There's no time to play around. The truth of the matter, and the sad truth, being a sad truth at that matter, is that after December 31st, 2023, we will never have access to 2023 again. It is gone, and is gone, and is gone completely. Now is a time for you to ask yourself question. If you do what you do it in 2023, in 2024, you are going to get the same result you got in 2023. It's not, I don't know how to put it. It's not a myth. It's a reality. Right? But I want to caution you here. Now listen to me, if you're a young person here. I don't want us to play too much. There's this Gen Z thing that is happening these days. They're saying work-life balance. You work small, you play small, you enjoy small, and all the rest. See, life does not work that way, right? The truth of the matter is that it's either you work now and play later, or you play now and work later. The choice is always yours. We don't have time, Gen Z or young people, listen to me. We don't have time. There's no time. There is no time. If you are 20, you are in this class, you were 20. Cast your mind 10 years ago, you were 10. You thought you were never going to be 20. Unfortunately, bro or sis, you are 20 today. If you were 30, you were once 20. And whether you like it or not, if you are 30 now, you'll be 40 another day. There is no time to play around. There is absolutely no time to play around. No time at all to play around. But listen to me, just like I said, if 10 years ago, the life you wanted to live 10 years after, which is this reality, is not the life you are living, it means that something had happened along the line. And it means that if you also dream for the next 10 years, and you put in the same work you put in the last 10 years, the life you get in that next 10 years will not still be something that will be pleasant to you. Is somebody understanding what I'm saying here tonight? But hey, caution, I want to say something. If you had a dream and you wanted that dream to come to pass, and today that dream has not come to pass, it does not mean that you are a failure. It does not mean that you are a failure, right? There's an Igbo proverb that says, Mbonye terora kachi afuru. I will translate that because I know I have multiple tribe here. It says, Mbonye tere kachi afuru, which simply means that whenever you wake up, whenever anybody wakes up, that is the day, or that's the time that his day is done, right? Anytime you wake up is your own morning. Let me put it that way. If you wake up by 12, that's your own morning. Go to work. If you wake up by 1 p.m., that's your own morning. Wake up, go to work. If you wake up by 10 a.m., that's your own morning. Go to work. If you wake up by 5 a.m., that's your own morning. Go to work. Anytime you wake up, go to work. So if today you are finally realizing that, okay, I need to double up, or everything I've done in the past failed, it's not an opportunity for you to stay and cry and gloat and go ahead and beating yourself. It's a time for you to double up. Which means that, listen, if you didn't achieve that your 10 years ago destiny, it doesn't mean that that dream is invalid. It simply means that you did not develop the capacity and capability to execute that dream. And what that also means now is that you need to double your capacity in order to achieve 2 times that result that you have lost. Is somebody understanding what I'm saying? So if you thought you failed in anywhere, what you have to do now is double up. There is no regret. Double up and launch again. But this time around, if you are launch again better, bigger, and of course become more stubborn. And we're going to be looking at that. Remember that the earth system is not fair. Let's continue. Okay, let me talk about the second thing I'll talk about before we go into the blueprint that I'll be unveiling to you this night. The cosmos, C-O-S-M-O-S. That's the world system. Now listen, I'm a Christian, and the Bible says something in that's Genesis chapter 1 verse 31. I guess so. He said that everything that God created, they were all good. But I got a deeper understanding that, see, there is more than enough resources on the earth. There's more. Listen to me, everyone. Listen to me. That's what I'm saying. This night, I'm not speaking sales and marketing. I'm speaking with my passion, right? And this is just one bit of something that I've come to conceptualize and hold as a personal belief system. And I want to translate it to you. About 6 to 7 years ago, I wrote in my diary, and I said, the word impossibility does not exist in reality. It only exists in the mind of few people. It's a mirage. It doesn't exist. What is impossible? Something impossible is something somebody has never done. Immediately somebody does it, it's no longer an impossible. 10 years ago, nobody knew that, okay, you could take your children and fly to Mars to have some time. Somebody dared to do it. 10 to 20 years ago, nobody knew that, okay, there's going to be a car that is powered by electric and not fuel. That's somebody that today is possible. It's a possibility. But before, it was an impossibility. The cosmos, the word cosmos, it has the capacity, the capability, the content of delivering adequate resources to people that is living in. Listen to me, everybody. This is so important to me, and I think this is where the class is whole starting. Remember, I started with giving you an illustration of what time is, and I'm coming to the world system. God did not create any world that is deficient of resources that is enough to bless his people. Every single thing you will ever need is available in this world. I can guarantee you that 100%. Every single thing. There is nothing that mankind will desire that the proceed of that thing will not come out of the earth that we are living today. The cosmos is big enough to accommodate anyone, and then it has enough and adequate resources to share across to everyone who dares to take a share of that one in this world. The resources are inexhaustible. Listen to me. How many years ago did they start exploring petroleum? In Nigeria alone, petroleum was found in 1957. During the time of Buhari administration, they discovered a well, a petroleum well in Bauchi. That means that this thing is not going out any moment. And that's just a few. Every business you are doing, the level you are now is as a result of you. You need to believe that, yes, it's as a result of you. What I'm talking about this night is having an abundance mentality. Believe that what you dream of is available. Believe it. Oh my God, listen to me. Believe that what you dream of is available. The world has more than enough. So many years ago, that's like 10 years ago or so, I sat myself down and I started asking myself questions. Can you imagine what it will mean to come into this earth, live all through this earth, see all the beautiful cars, all the beautiful houses, all the beautiful vacations, beautiful lifestyle, and you never ever got the opportunity to experience one of them? Why did God send you here, for God's sake? For those of us that are Christian, if the sole purpose of you coming to the earth is so that you make it to heaven, God wouldn't have brought you on the face of the earth in the first place. He would have left you in heaven. Why does he need you to come to the earth before you can have access to heaven? The earth is not an access to heaven. That is why the mandate he gave children at the point of creation is be fruitful and multiply. Exert dominion on the first earth. Haven't you thought about, while all the creatures that God ever created, man was the only one who has the same characteristics with God, the ability to create. The cosmos is filled with enough. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a tailor, know that there is more than tailoring. If you're a graphic designer, don't be restricted by your colleague or friends or by the colleague of your environment or wherever you are. There is abundance on the face of the earth. And guess what? This abundance is evenly distributed. There is no more money in the US than is in Nigeria. The only problem is that Nigerian people have learned how to transport their resources to the US and collect money, while the US will refine it and use it and make more money. But relatively speaking, God has blessed every nation according to what they need or what they have. There is more than enough resources on the face of the earth to accommodate your dream. Write this down. Talk it to yourself. There is more than enough resources on the face of the earth to accommodate your dream. There is more than enough resources on the face of the earth to accommodate your dream. There is more than enough resources on the face of the earth to accommodate your dream. What is that dream you are dreaming? Don't dream according to your family background. Don't dream according to where you have been. Don't even dream according to your experiences. Dream according to the abundance that God has put on the face of the earth. Do you know how many precious stones that are yet to be discovered in the earth? The problem is simple. Listen to me, young people. And I'm talking about success and prosperity, or however you target. We are Africans. We came from poor families, all of us, including me. We were not taught prosperity. We were not taught that this world. I read the story of the John D. Rockefeller family, how at the age of 6 or even 4, they've started teaching the children financial principles. They've started teaching them how to take care of charity, how to do investment, how to do savings, how to build for societal growth. Here, we are not learning that. And guess what? The problem of the African man is that we make money for our stomach. We don't make money for the society. And that is why a man can be so wealthy. I took my time recently to study the Igbo apprenticeship system. Oh, what a beautiful thing. But then it has a limitation. Most of them who made money, they made money for themselves and their families. They never made money for the society. And that's why generational wealth becomes a thing that is a mirage. Who made you? God. You are made in the image of God. He does not understand limitation. He does not understand scarcity. He does not. You should not say scarcity. It should not be part of your language. Oh, there is this thing I say a lot. I even tell it to my wife. I say, we are provided for. We have more than enough. I don't know why I'm dwelling so much here. I think if everybody who is listening to me will successfully eliminate scarcity mentality from themselves, there's going to be a whole lot we are going to achieve next year. If I ask you how much money do you want to make in 2024, some of you will tell me different things. I've written it out myself, how much money, not money I want to make, because money I want to make is too much. I don't know how much it will be, but I've written out an amount of money that must be in my account at the end of 2024. That is the amount of money that I will save, not even what I will make. And yet I'm not going to live a regimented lifestyle because I want to save some money. Scarcity mentality is a death trap. That is the reason why a lot of people are trying, but they are not making it. The truth of the matter is that you don't need to work with your hand to be prosperous. You need to unlock the possibility in your mind to be prosperous. There is no scarcity on the face of the earth. Nigeria is not a bad country. In fact, even if it's a bad country, wherever you have more problems, there is more opportunity to make money. Don't you know that? People who I went to visit a very rich person one day, not a rich person anyways, but he was just talking, oh, this country, oh, this one is happening, this one is happening, this one is happening. At a point, I told him, I said, excuse me, man, can I go? I'm tired of this conversation. Because I live in my own word. And in that my word, there is more than enough. It may not have come to my hand now, but I believe it's in existence. It's in existence. There is more than enough on the face of the earth. There is more than enough. There is more than enough. There is more than enough resources on the face of the earth. If this is the only thing you get from me, know that your dream is that God can accommodate it. God can accommodate it. It's not too much. You are not asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. I said it one time. I posted this thing on my social media handle. And I said there is nothing like overambitious. That is absolutely, it is average and poor people that initiated that thing. Why? I got to find out in my Bible in Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20, and the Bible said something there. It says that now unto him who is more than able to do far abundantly above all you can ask or think or imagine. Some translation says imagine. That means the level of your imagination is still too small compared to what God can do for you. But the only thing is that God can never do that thing on his own. He has to come into partnership with you to do it. And most times you are the one that is limiting him because you have a scarcity mentality. You have allowed your environment and the people around you to prove to you and preach to you that what you are asking for is too much. Sometimes when you ask it, there is this deep and internal voice that asks you and say, what are you deceiving yourself? This is not for you. Brothers and sisters, men and brethren, fellow business people, this is for you. You can close that contract. You can be in that room negotiating that contract or that deal. Yes, it's a possibility. Your business can blossom. It can be an African empire. It's a possibility. Your business can employ thousands of people. It's a possibility. You can grow to the level where the business is no longer me, myself, and I. It's a possibility. There is far more abundance on the face of the earth that you can ever imagine. We are Africans. We were all born poor, most of us. And poor not just in terms of what we have. Our culture was a culture of poverty. It was a culture of restraint. Oh, it's me. Just leave me as I am. So as a result of that, we looked at it and it looked like almost everything that, anything, what we define as success to us is that thing that looks like, oh, is a little bit above what our parents accomplished. Oh, my father drove 404. Today I can drive a Benz. That's a success story. Oh, what a low life. Don't you know that that Benz can become a gift that you can give to somebody? It's a possibility. I always tell people that, listen to me, listen. Most times visionaries are not alive to see their dreams become a reality. Let me say that again. Most times visionaries are not alive to see their dreams become a reality. Before Steve Jobs ever died, he never lived to see Apple become what is it called again? A unicorn. And guess what? Steve Jobs passed away, I think in 2011, and Apple became a unicorn sometime in 2015 or 2017. And 2 years after, Apple doubled that. Today, Apple is a $3 trillion company, and Steve Jobs is not alive. Apple is the highest taxpayer in the land of California. And guess what? California is the 6th largest economy in the world, not country. The state of California in the US is the 6th largest economy in the world, and Apple is paying the highest tax. And guess what? The visionary of that company is nowhere to be found, but he left a system that will be transgenerational. That is, Africans don't think like that. That is why immediately the man gets 50 million, 100 million in his account, he's thinking of taking chieftaincy title. He's going to the village to build a mansion that nobody will stay. He does not understand societal wealth. He does not know how to distribute his wealth. He's making money for himself and his family. And unfortunately, this poverty mentality is being passed to us every day. That is why our politicians, we have started seeing them as God, because they can give us 10,000 or 20,000 and we hail them, we hail them out of destiny, and they make us look like they are slaves, because we have not understood that there is an abundance that God has left for every man. There's no mistake in creation. Listen to me. There is no... Do you know how many people who have been looking for the fruit of the womb who doesn't have children, and then somebody just does it in enters, and you think that was a mistake? It's no mistake. It's no mistake. Everyone that is born in this face of the earth has a purpose God has planned for him. Everyone, every single human born on the face of the earth has a purpose God has planned for him. Stop thinking small. That's not where you belong. Stop thinking that, oh my God, I wish you can understand this. This may be the most important thing. I broke out of this thing long time ago. That is why I don't live my life thinking of what I can get from anybody. I live my life thinking of what I can give. What can I distribute? Anytime I receive favor from people, I sit myself down to say, what have I done that brought about this favor? Let me know where I've sown the seed. And if I can't find it out, I look for the next channel where I can put in something. I want you to write it in the comment section. There is more in this word for me. Write it in the comment section. I want to see it. There is more in this word for me. Write it for me. I want to see it. There is more in this word for me. I want to see it. Another person write, everything I will ever desire is available. I want you to write that. I want to see it on the comment section. Everything I will ever desire is available. 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 I want to see that. Thank you. You are writing that. Everything. I want somebody to write this one. Everything I will ever desire is available. Everything that I will ever desire is available. Everything that I will ever desire is available. Yes, it's available. It's available. It is available. And I want us to go get it. Now let's look at the blueprint. I have basically 6 things I want you to do in 2024, starting from January. Listen again, let me say this, and it's important. God does not bless people together, or destiny is not accomplished together. Destiny is accomplished individually. It doesn't matter if you are 6 in your family, you can never fulfill destiny together. My mentor told me some time ago, he said 20 people can never play together for 20 years. You came into this world alone. You came into this world alone. You will have to succeed alone. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the place of partnership. You came into this world alone. Stop expecting things from people. There is nobody on the face of the earth that is ordained to help you. It's not your duty to find your helper. Listen to me. It is not your duty to find your helper. It is your duty to find yourself. If you find yourself, your helper will locate you. I don't know if somebody is hearing what I'm saying. It is not your duty to find your help. Those people that used to pray, oh Lord, let my helper locate me. That prayer doesn't work. Find yourself and your helper will locate you. Because one problem is that peradventure that your helper can locate you when you are not ready and you are not prepared. That would be a disaster. I always say it. Before you say God when, make sure you have a clock. And not just having a clock, make sure you have the ability to decipher the timing on that clock before you can say God when. Because if you say God when without having a clock, even when God comes, you cannot dictate it. Oh, I hope somebody is getting what we are saying. Somebody blessed this night. All right, let's look at the blueprint for 2024. And this blueprint is nothing mystical. It's something I want you to internalize. Is there somebody that is reading? Sorry, that is writing. I hope somebody is writing. I'm going to make this PDF available and share to us, to our emails, or maybe on the WhatsApp platform, for some of us that are on the WhatsApp platform. And then hopefully this video will still be available for you to watch it over and over to the best of your ability. So let's go. The blueprint. Number one, if you are writing, please write clearly. Number one, 2024 will not be different from any other year, right? It's going to be about 30 million seconds, 525,000 minutes, 8,760 hours, 365 days, 52 weeks, 12 months. 2024 will not be anything different. I want you to know that and know that true. Stop saying this is my year. This is finally my year. Those talk, you've been talking about it for the past 20 years. We're not tired. The problem with religion is that we like regurgitating without monitoring the result. You should be tired of that regurgitation. It's my year, it's my year, it's my year, it's my year. Everybody in the whole world is saying it's my year. Whose year will it not be? It's going to be the same 365 days in a year, 52 weeks for you, 12 months, 1 year. There's nothing you can do to stretch it. Time cannot be stretched, cannot be preserved, cannot be expanded, cannot be shortened. It's going to be the same year. Is there any year, those of us that are Christians in Nigeria, that they have not prophesied about the year? I want to teach you something, that learn to personalize your own year. Not what believe what the prophet said, don't get me wrong. But if you go to a congregation where you have 5,000 persons and the prophet is prophesying, who is he prophesying? 5,000 persons. The difference is in the personalization of that prophecy. And guess what? If you prophesy to yourself first, that is the greatest prophecy that you should do. Prophesying to yourself before any prophet. There is absolutely nothing that will be different from 2024. It's still going to be the same number of days and the same number of seconds and hours and months and year. It is your choice to make out of it what you want. So shout loud amen. It will never do the magic Albert Einstein once said, there is only a fool who does the same thing over and over again and expecting to achieve different results. So remember, if you wasted 2023, 2024 may not be a difference if you don't change. If you wasted 2024, it may not be a difference if you don't change. 2022, 2021, 2020, 2029, 2019, and so on. It's the same year. The same year, 2020. You don't have to be excited, more excited on January 1st, more than you're excited on July 2nd. Because the same January 1st will carry the same 24 hours that July 2nd will carry. So what makes January 1st different? I remember that time, oh, how foolish we were growing up in the village. We come out to the market square and we shout and chant and say, oh, the year has ended. It's a brand new year for me. You know that time we were in church and then you go to and say, oh, I've repented for the new year. And maybe your friend, you people used to go and drink in a joint and it's January 1st. And somebody say, guy, let's go and drink in a joint. And I say, new year. I cannot do this thing this new year. This is January 1st. There is nothing like new year. January 1st is the same thing as July 2nd. It's the same thing as September 4th. It's the same thing as October 15th. It's the same thing as December 19th. It's the same thing. There are some of us now, we have been planning to go to village to do Christmas. We are doing Christmas as if Jesus Christ died. Like we are happy that Jesus even died for us and resurrected, or he was born. Like this, oh my God. I took my time one time to look at some young people I looked up to when I was growing up. Every Christmas, they come back then from town to the village and they are blowing, they are spending money. They go back January, the thing resumes again. Today, they're as broke as nothing. Zero sustainability level. The year has not ended. Listen to me. The year has not ended. December 31st is the same thing as January 1st. It's the same thing. There is no difference. God does not answer prayer one day more than the another day. My pastor one day says that every day is for the Lord, but the day you believe and you are ready to act is your own day. Is somebody understanding what I'm saying? So don't ever treat January 1st better than July 2nd. It's the same day. Plan it that every day. This is what I do for myself. I count and I'll get to that level. I count my life in days, not in years. Every single day I've seen the face of the earth. I make sure I monitor my work hour. And at least between 15 to 16 hours a day is the work that you should put in if you want to get to the top. There is no magic about it. Number one blueprint. What's the first one I mentioned? Who can tell me? Please remind me on the comments. I have 6 and I'm on number 1. Yes, number 1. Remind me, please. Put it on the comment section. I want to see it. What's the first blueprint? If you wrote it down. Thank you. Taori said 2024 will never be different from other years. It is going to be 365 days, 52 weeks, and 12 months. Yes, it's not going to be different. Number 2 blueprint I want you to imbibe in 2024. I call it disappear. And in brackets, you can put the Eagles protocol. We are getting deeper. The Eagles protocol. That's number 2. The Eagles protocol. Number 2 is the Eagles protocol. And I want everybody that is in this class to listen to me. If you do this thing in 2024, there is nothing that is impossible for you. Like you will achieve it. The Eagles protocol. Now, the eagle does something. That is why it's the strongest of all birds. The eagle is not just the strongest of all birds because it was just created so. The eagle becomes the strongest of all birds through practice. Not just through nature. The eagle becomes the strongest of all birds through practice, not through nature. Not just because the eagle was built to be the strongest of all birds. Listen, I'm teaching you the Eagles protocol. Do you know that every 40 days, the eagle disappears. It goes in, it flies high into the altitude, sometimes at the top of mountains where nobody has access to it. And it stays there for a period, I think it's between 3 to 7 days. What does it do there? It de-wings. The eagle removes all his wings and grows fresh wings. That's what the eagle does. And immediately it comes out with fresh wings. New energy system comes in place. It becomes rejuvenated. It becomes refreshed. It becomes recharged. It becomes repackaged. It's just like your phone battery dying. And then you find a time to say, oh, there is power source. You plug it. Immediately you finish plugging it and you get fully charged. You can play your game. You can source the internet. You can make your call. You can do everything. But as long as that battery is down, you're not going anywhere. Learn to disappear. You can't be in the field every time. Disappear for a moment. And when you disappear, you're not disappearing to go and be into isolation. Your isolation must be as a result of seeking for more productivity. You are disappearing to go and de-wing yourself and refresh and refocus and rechannel the next couple of months or years coming forth in front. There's a Bible passage I learned some time ago and it changed my view. And that is Proverbs chapter 18 verse 1. It says, through desire, a man separates himself and intermediates with the affairs of life. I said it before, that the eagle is not just the king of the birds because of that's how it was made. The eagle becomes the king of the bird through practice. Do you know how the eagle trains the young ones to fly? The baby eagle. Immediately the eagle hatches. It does something to all the eagles. It picks the baby eagle, goes high into the altitude, leaves the baby eagles on the air, and swims down, comes down to wait for the baby eagle. The baby eagle is flapping, is looking for help, is gasping for breath, immediately to land on the mother's wings. And then it picks it up again and goes high into the altitude, and then comes down again to wait for the baby eagle to land on it. Before it does it 1 to 10 times, the baby eagle's wing has started gathering momentum, has started gathering strength. Now it can fly and remain that level at its own and soar into the altitude. It's practice, and this practice is not convenient. Disappear, go and be alone for a moment. Seek for yourself what you are made of. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What exactly can you do more than another person? Stop fighting this general fight, competing on the general terms. You will only get the average result. Disappear. Go and look for yourself. Find yourself in the field. If you go and discover why you are in the field, you will find more reason to be in the field. Everybody wants to make money. Nobody even knows why he wants to make money. Nobody even knows why he should start the business he's doing. Nobody even cares to try. What is the future of this industry that I'm in? What is the future? What will it be like in the next 10 years? Is there any skill I need to get to prepare myself ahead of that next 10 years? The Eagles protocol. Learn to disappear in order to gain more momentum to fight. That's how soldiers do. They go to the battle, they come back, they retreat again, and they fortify themselves. They go again. It may be your private time of praying, of studying, of asking God what's up, of trying to find out what is your strength, of taking a particular course, of listening to a particular message. You can give yourself 3 days. 40 days may be too much for you, but every 40 days you can give yourself 3 days or 2 days and say, okay, what am I going to? And then you find out that the kind of energy that you'll be exuding all throughout 2024 will be crazy. Number 2, the Eagles protocol. Learn to disappear. Before I go to the next one, do you know that scarcity optimizes price? Do you understand what I'm saying? Even in that relationship, do you know that your girlfriend tends to love you more when she has missed you for a while? Do you know that your boyfriend will love you more when she has missed you for a while? Your wife loves you more when she has missed you for a while. When you go to that business trip and you stay for 1 week and you come back, the way your wife hugs you and kisses you that day is not the same with if you were home all throughout that week. This is only for married people. Excuse me, sorry. But you understand what I'm saying? Don't be common. Don't be too common. Don't be too common. Don't be a common commodity. Don't be available to everybody. Don't be available to everyone. They call you here. You are there everywhere. They call you. This business is doing well. You just enter there. This other one is doing well. You just enter there. Okay, there is this place that are making money now. You jump yourself and go there. Don't be available to everyone. Disappear. Disappear. Follow the protocol of the ego. Disappear. 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 Number 3, blueprint for 2024. As I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. And I did not just prepare something I would teach you. I prepared something I would do to myself and by myself. Number 3. Somebody ready for number 3? Let me see who is ready for number 3. Comment. I want to see. I want to be sure. 5 Success TV. Thank you. I've been following. Nyechidema, thank you. Yes, Precious Obu. You are following. Okay. Thank you. Blessing. God share. Thank you. Ready. Number 3. Turn 80% of your shoulds to must. Listen. Turn 80% of your should. SHOULD. Turn them to MUST. Turn 80% of your should to what? To must. Turn 80% of your should to must. 80% of it. Turn 80% of your should to must. What do I mean? So many years ago, let me give you this story, very funny story. I was in Lagos. And then my pastor shared a story some time ago. And he said, I can see Mr. Churchy in this class. He just waited on Saturday. And today is Wednesday. He's here gunning for something. Oh my God. Mr. Churchy, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Don't leave Madam alone. Oh, please go and meet her. All right. Thank you. So I said, I was trying to tell you a story. My pastor came back from work one day and he shared that story to me. And he said he was in the room and then he came back, he bought milk and bought everything he wanted to use to have fun that night and told his children and the wife that, please, I am so tired. I'm going inside to sleep now. Nobody should wake me up. And even if anybody comes here to ask for me, tell them that I'm resting. I don't want to see anybody now. So he finished eating, having that stuff he bought for himself, laid on the bed. And as he laid on the bed to sleep, like maybe 2 to 5 minutes, in that deep sleep, he started hearing fire, 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 fire. It was this Harmattan season, and a house close to his own was just caught fire. And the breeze was blowing the fire towards his own direction. And then his wife was now like, fire, 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 fire. This man that said he was tired and could not do anything, he jumped out of his bed and wore his knicker immediately and signet and just disappeared out of the room and went outside immediately to help quench that fire. Guess what? He was tired. But immediately heard a sound of emergency. His tiredness disappeared. Is there some of your dream that you need to treat as an emergency? Is there something that you have been longing for to do that you need to treat as an emergency? Don't you think you are giving your dreams too many options? If you work, if you no work or no work, I try my best. Don't you think that there are some of those things you want that you need to treat as an emergency? And they say it's either this thing works or it works. If you learn to turn at least, you may not get to 80, you may use 60, you may even use 50, depending on the level of operational excellence that you are at the moment. You may even use 30, but look for something that you are going to say in 2024 is either you walk out or you walk out. Do you know why? That thing is going to make something out of you. If it doesn't work out, you learn. If it works out, you'll be so proud of yourself, and your energy level will just soar, to just surge. You will gain capacity to do more. Turn some of your should to must. Treat some of the dreams as an emergency. And you'll be shocked at what will happen to you. All right. Are we together? 1 minute, please. I'm coming. Coming. 1 minute. I'm with you. All right. So let's continue. Number 4. Oh, I think I've said number 4 in number 3. Choose one thing, and that thing, listen, is not something you achieve. It's not something you achieve very easily. It's something you have to achieve in a very stressful mode, that you know that that thing is going to require a whole lot of energy from you for you to achieve it. Right? Choose that particular thing that you know that is going to be very, very difficult for you to achieve it. But you know that if you achieve that thing, the impact of that result will be so tremendous on you. Choose one thing. If you do this, 2024 will be gracious to you. Number 4. Are we together? Number 4, right? Number 4. Number 1 is what? Number 1 is 2024 is not going to be different from any other year. It's still 365 days, 52 weeks, 12 months, right? Number 2 is what? What's number 2 again? Okay, the Eagles protocol. Disappear for a moment. Number 3 is what? Turn 80% of your should to must, right? And number 4. Okay, number 4, let me say it, but I've explained it. Number 4, I said choose one thing that would stretch you, but the result will have a great impact on you if it turns out positive. That's number 4. Choose one thing that you know is going to stretch you, but the result will have great impact on you if it turns out positive. I have a friend who just decided to, he's doing well, doing very well, running a business, but looked and said, I need to choose something that I know that in the next 10 years is going to make me the kind of life that I want. And he said, I'm going to go into product management. Today he's gone into product management and he's starting from the scratch. It's a very difficult decision, but then he wants to do something that he needs to go to the long level and then get it. Because listen, I always tell people that sometimes you need to leave that thing that you love so much and do what you don't love. Especially if that thing you love so much cannot guarantee you the life that you desire. Because passion is a fluke. Passion, listen to me, passion is not a gift from God. Passion can be created. I can decide to, when I was looking for admission in the university, I wanted to study petroleum engineering, because then that was the only going thing now. I wanted to make money, right? I thought it was only those who do petroleum engineering that should make money. You know, imagine coming out and getting a job in Shell or Chevron, stuff like that. So I didn't get it. I finally got environmental geology. Guess what? I told myself that, okay, I'm here and I got environmental geology. I must make out time for what it is. I transferred that same passion of study that I've used for petroleum engineering into environmental geology. And guess what? I graduated as top 1% in my class. So passion is not a gift. Passion is developed. Whatever you are doing, you can decide to develop passion for it. And any passion that cannot bring profit is going to cause you pain. Right? So don't say, oh, I'm so passionate about this. Can that thing, if you continue to work on it, can it bring you the result that can guarantee the kind of life you want in the future? If yes, continue. If no, change. And transfer that same passion to something that's looking not so popular. Number 5. Yes, thank you for following. Choose one thing that will stretch you, but the result will have a great impact on you if it turns out positive. If it doesn't turn out positive, you learn. We never fail, we learn. That's what Thomas Edison said when they interviewed him, and he told them that he has never failed. And when he did the experiment for almost 1,000 times, he didn't fail. He simply learned a new way not to repeat something, right? Yeah, we never fail, we only learn. Let's proceed. The next one, number 5 now. Break into a particular circle. Break into a particular circle upwardly. Yes. Break into a particular circle upwardly. There is a circle I want you to break into. You know. Choose either in your field, either in your house, maybe in your place of work, or in your field, in your industry. Vushi Tembekwayo, who is one of the people I love so much, he said something recently. He said any business or any industry you are in, and the top 2 to 3 persons in that industry do not know you, you have not started. Did you get that? Any industry that you are in, and the top 2 to 3 persons in that industry do not know you, you have not started. That is why I want you to look for a particular circle, break into it, upward, especially that circle that before you break into it, you have to do something very strategic and significant that will cost you. And remember, I have a strategy for breaking into circles, and I've shared it as a video on my social media timeline before. Maybe you can go and watch it. It's there on YouTube and on TikTok and Instagram as well. And I said the best way to break into a circle is not to force it. Any circle you enter into prematurely, you will be the one to serve food or drinks on the table. The best way to break into a circle is to be yourself and to look internally before externally. If you become, people will come to acknowledge with you. Right? If you become, people will come to acknowledge with you. You don't need to stretch it. But you must look for that circle. That means when you look for that circle and you know that that circle is going to cost you a whole lot to be part of that circle, you start asking yourself, what do I need to do? Sometime in 2019, 2019 or 2020, I can't remember again. Maybe between 2028 to 2020. One of those years, my major goal was to break into a particular circle. And between January that year to about September, I discovered that I've spent almost 450K servicing that particular circle. I could do gifts, I could do 1 or 2 things. I calculated it. At the end of September that year, I spent about 450,000 just servicing my way around that circle. Because I know that if I'm part of that circle, it gives me some level of validity that I need. Most of you here know me personally. That one person I respect, who I see as one of my coaches, especially in the sales industry, sales and marketing industry, is Trisha Bees. I started following her on Instagram in 2019. This year, she followed me back and we had our second meetup. I had to travel to a particular conference that she was doing in Port Harcourt in 2021 just because I wanted to see her, right? And I went to see her. I established that thing. I was following her on Instagram. I was buying her courses. I was paying for her program. I was buying her bundles here and there. And today, if I call her on phone, she will pick my call and say, Sales Guru, how far? Challenge yourself. Don't be comfortable with your clique. Don't be comfortable with where you are. There is more. Remember how we started. For those of us that were in the beginning of this class, everything you desire is available. Everything you desire is available. Everything you desire is available. Look for a particular circle that will push you upward. Break into it. Don't force it. Find out what you need to do to break into that circle. Especially if that circle will give you some validity, some access to some network, and some credibility in your job. Do it. Don't be the one that always wants things to happen for you. Serve. If you need to serve, serve. Don't slave, serve. Don't slave, serve. Don't slave, serve. I didn't say slave. I said serve. Don't slave, serve. Right? And that will take me to the next one, which may be the most important to me. And I'm going to give us a strategy. Please, before we go to that numbers, that's number 6, right? Before we go to that number, this class will soon end. I just have 2 to share with us. And the number 7, that's number 7. Number 7 may be like the craziest of them all. If I say number 6 and number 7, who can tell me what you have learned? Comment it. I want to read from you. What have you learned so far? I want to read from 2 or 3 persons. What have you learned so far? Right? Number 7, I kept it as the last one because I want to shatter some tables before I leave. Thank you. Ofuruna Okechukwu. Too much value. Thank you. Prince Zorum. Yeah, right on, sir. Thank you. I'll keep riding on. Yes, of course. All right. I want someone to share. Talk to me, somebody. Talk to me, somebody. What have you gained so far? We don't fail. We only learn. Oh, Martin, thank you. Yeah. Who else again? Share what you have learned so far. Disappear. Oh, I know that one must have touched some people. Yeah. Disappear, disappear. Jesus did it a whole lot. Immediately we finish performing one miracle, they would think that it's time to party. He would disappear. He would go and pray for the next thing. The ego's protocol. Okay, Namdi, that's what you learn. Okay, Jadova Victory said, even if you have to cry through the street, cry, but never give up. Fantastic. Madam Chitru said, I should not remain in my comfort zone. I should disappear to gain new strategies. Fantastic. Break into a circle upward. I've gained a lot, sir, especially on the ego's protocol. Oh, wow. Nice. Chukuchina said, turn 80% of should to must. Okay. Kem said, no two really. Okay, number 2 really stood out for me. You can't always be at the field, always. Okay, fantastic. Amata said, don't stay comfortable within your circle. Okay, all right. So, why am I saying all this? In 2024, prioritize productivity over activity and presence. Yes, serve, don't slave. Prioritize activity. Prioritize productivity over activity and presence. Very important. We don't have time. We need to go fast so that all of you go and do what you have to do. I'm urging you that this video, see, there's something about learning. And you can't learn anything once. That is why I'm going to try my best to make sure that this video, I save it. If I were you, I would listen to it 5 times or 4 times so that this whole thing will internalize. Right? This video, if I were you, I would listen to it 4 or 5 times so that it will internalize. You don't get it by listening to it once. And then secondly, you would do me good to just subscribe to the channel that you are getting this value from. If you like it, subscribe to the channel that you are getting this value from. That's if you have not subscribed it already. So yeah, don't slave, serve. Yes, thank you. Obama Stanley said, I learned to be focused and stick to that which will be of benefit to me. Fantastic. Number 6. Now, I've learned that I should not remain in my comfort zone. Thank you. Good news. Number 6. Spend more money on yourself. Yeah, spend more money on yourself. In a layman's term, invest in yourself. I'm going to share with us something. Yeah, thank you. Masina Chichukode. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, thank you. Let's continue. I'm going to share something to you. If you think of the tallest building in the world today, that's the Burj Khalifa in Saudi Arabia, right? That is somebody's thinking, conceptualization. Do you know why I started by talking about the scarcity mentality the other time? Do you know why we have that scarcity mentality? Listen, you can never desire what you don't have knowledge of. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. You can never desire that which you don't have knowledge of. If you don't know that is existing, how can you desire it? The only car you desire today are the ones that have been produced and you have seen them, either on television, on social media. That's the only car. That means the limit of your desire is to the extent of your knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. The limit of your desire is to the extent of your knowledge. Which means if you want to learn how to build up your desire, you should impart yourself with knowledge, relevant knowledge. Anything I want to do, the first thing I do, I want to study those who are the top in that field. If there is nothing like a top in that field, I don't go into that thing. I want to follow those who are the top in that thing. I currently told myself that my benchmark is Vushi Tembekwayo. Yes, it's like a benchmark to me for now. Right? Listen, I say it again. You cannot desire what you don't have knowledge of. Spend more money on yourself. Listen, no business overgrows the owner. I'm not talking in terms of activity, I'm talking in terms of knowledge. That is why everything that works according to the knowledge that backs it up. Thank you. Joab Parlia says, watching from Congo, Kinshasa. Thank you for joining us. Spend more money on yourself. Let me tell you something. When I say invest yourself, you have heard it plenty times. You have heard it different places, and it's looking like that common thing that they always say to you. But let me try to help you a little bit. Like about some years ago, I used to live with my brother. I stayed in my brother's house, and so I was a teacher then. I taught in a private school. So as a teacher, I leave the house every morning by 7 a.m. I shared this story in my master class that happened in December 2nd this year. I left my house around 7 a.m. in the morning. And after the whole school class, I go out to do my extra tutorial stuff before I come back. I end up coming back to the house around 8, 9 every day. And I leave by 7 again the next morning. Guess what? My brother, who was a consultant, oral and maxillofacial surgery, as at that time, leaves the house around 10 in the morning, comes back around 4 p.m., at max 5 p.m. And guess what? He goes to work 2 times a week. That means he goes to that government hospital where he's consulting. He goes there 8 times in a month, or at most 9 times in a month. And guess what? Every month, I calculate my salary and I compare it to his own. And the distance between my salary and his own is far wide apart. And it got me thinking. In terms of work hour, I was putting more work hour than this guy. I felt like God is not fair. I felt like, God, this life is not really fair. How can I be working harder than somebody and then the person is making more money than me? Why? Until I learned something that changed my perspective for life. That this guy had paid his dues over time. He has put so much investment in himself that now he's no longer paid according to the amount of time he put into the work, but the amount of work he put into the time. Oh Did somebody understand that illustration? He's no longer paid according to the amount of time he puts into the work, but the amount of work he puts into the time. So there are some of us that are scamping to be millionaires at 2021. We just want to get it. We are selling Aza, whatever it is. They say, send Aza, send this one, Waya, Odogu, Waya, and all the rest. As important, as good as it is to make money, I would categorically tell you that you are going to be so poor if all you are chasing is money. You are going to be so poor if all you are chasing is money. And I'll tell you that on authority. So seek to introduce investment into yourself. I tell people that whatever you lose during the process of investing in yourself, you will always gain more when you are finished investing, though it doesn't finish. But there are people that are chasing money now, while some people are chasing investment. I once told my wife, I said, we are not buying any land. You know what? I said, when the lands are over, we'll buy the houses. There is somebody that has a piece of land. All right, guys, sorry for that little break. I'm back. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, indicate. If you can hear me, please indicate. I lost my connection, but I'm back. Okay. So you can hear me. Thank you. So I'm back. Sorry for that. Sorry for that break. Now I was sharing something. I was sharing something about investing in yourself. That means that when you starve yourself now for the purpose of later, I don't know how to put this thing. How much is Ronaldo paid per week? What is he paid for? For kicking the football alone. Years of practice has brought him to a place where his earning capacity is crazy. Invest in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that your earning capacity is growing. Don't just chase money. Chase the person who will make the money. Don't just chase money. Chase the person who will make the money. That's why some people, they are very rich at their youth age. Immediately they start getting to 40, 50. Everything they built is... They never built anything. They were always looking for money. They never built a system. They never built themselves. They never impute... Do you know... Why do you think people go and do the MBA, spend 8 million, 11 million going to do MBA, going to abroad to do some courses and coming back? You think it's just because of what they are learning? No. It's building capacity into themselves. It's improving their earning capacity. If what you will earn in 2023 is something that unless emergency happens, there is nothing you can do to improve your earning capacity, then you are so wrong. Invest money in yourself. I don't want to say invest in yourself. Invest money in yourself. Yesterday, I just bought a course from Trisha Bees. There's a particular software that I need to use for my courses. I'm going to pay for it. It's about $179. Right? Invest money in yourself. Invest money in yourself. When you invest money in yourself, do you know what you are doing? You are actually saying, okay, this money I'm getting now, let me put some in myself. I can suffer it now. Of course, some of your friends may be balling and you are not permitted to ball. But what you are doing is that at time T, there is an impact that time has on investment. I posted it on my social media one day. I said investment plus time equals to scam. No, jazz. I said jazz, yes. Because by my knowledge of geology, I know that even the petroleum product that we are mining today were not formed today. They were deposited Many years ago, these were deposits. They were organic deposits. They were not petroleum products. They were dead remains of animals and plants, deposited many years ago. Immediately this investment was made in the earth, and time has impact on it. It became the thing that we're looking for today. Invest in yourself and allow time to justify your investment. The problem is sometimes most of us, our investment target is a short term. You want to learn a skill so that you use it and apply for a job the next month and start earning. As good as that thing is, it's just a sustainability mindset. I said it to myself that in sales and marketing, nobody is going to do it better than me. It's not a fluke, I've told myself. And that is why I go hard on myself the way I do. Because the purpose of the investment is not for 2024. It's for a long term. And I wrote it down here on my vision board that in 2032, I want to be among the top 1% sales and marketing coaches and consultants in Nigeria and top 10% in Africa. I am consciously investing in myself. Why do I need to buy the land when the land can also acquire me an MBA if I have the opportunity? It's good to invest in the land, don't get me wrong. But who will live in that house? A coconut head? Why will your house be more expensive than yourself? Right? That's why some of these, my brothers, Igbo people, immediately they make their first million. They will go to the village and build a house. Next Christmas, they buy a car and they are coming to do nonsense. My mother used to say when she was alive in Igbo that Abachosa are gone mile. That means after running, you count how many miles you have covered. Never be apologetic in investing in yourself. Never. Because you are the greatest asset that is on the face of the earth. And the more you invest yourself, the more you appreciate in value. Guess what? If I'm to do this class by the end of this year, it's going to be paid. If I'm doing it free just because I chose to. So some people who have access to me now, they have access because yes, they have access. But I'm giving this free. But it's time. And I'm looking at, I always tell my students that I don't charge you as much as the value I give, because I want to see you somewhere at London Airport, Heathrow, and say, hey, how are you doing? I'm good. I said, okay. You said, you were my coach when you taught me my business. I was happy I did this. Please send me your account number. He sent me $5 million. Yes, it's possible. One of my students reached out to me today, and in her company, they confirmed her as the highest salespeople for the year. And she's qualified to go and represent the company in Ghana next year. She just sent me a receipt of the deal of 2.8 million she closed and told me that one of the best thing that happened, the best thing that happened for her in 2023 was registering for sale from scratch. What if she left that knowledge to go? Remember, I said that knowledge enhances your desire. You are not desiring enough because you don't have much knowledge. All right, thank you. The last one. Oh my God, I feel blessed by myself talking this. Are we together? The last one. That's number 7, right? Are we ready for the last one so that we can go? Okay. Obakama, I like your name. Thank you for being active and on point. Don't set yearly goals or target. This one is controversial, but I would tell you, don't set early goals. If your early goals is working for you, okay. But the last one I want to tell you, that is 7 blueprints I've reviewed to you today. And the last one I'm telling you here is that don't set yearly goals. Rather, you can set quarterly goals. Instead of you say, do you know the energy you use in setting goals is depreciates as time goes further? Because when you set that goals, it starts becoming so good. Immediately, reality starts hitting on you, and sometimes you give up on that goal. And I wrote somewhere in my book, I don't know, it's not here. Meanwhile, I'll be launching my book next year. I wrote somewhere in my book, I said, never Never dream a dream that you don't have the strategy to accomplish it. Right? So don't set yearly goals, rather set quarterly goals. How does that happen? Personally, to me, I like counting in days or maybe a month. I don't think since this year, 2023. And in 2023, I made more money than I've ever made in the last 2-3 years or so. Because I was counting in days. I always ask myself, what will I do today? Every day I wake up must count. Every day I wake up must count. This vision I have is a 10-year vision. But this 10-year vision must be broken down into days. Guess what? Imagine a guy who says, this year, I want to reduce my weight from 90 kg to 70 kg. That's his yearly target. And another person who says, this year, every single year, I want to spend at least 30 minutes in the gym or at the gym. Whose likelihood of occurrence of achieving that goal is higher? Let me hear from you guys. Is it the first person or the second? Who has a higher likelihood of achieving that dream? I want somebody to answer me now. Who has a higher likelihood? Two people set a dream, a target or a dream or a goal and say, all of them are weighing 90 kg. They want to reduce their weight to 60 kg by the end of the year. And then the first person says, by the end of 2024, I want to move from 90 kg to 60 kg. Another person say, in 2024, every day of my life, I am going to go to the gym and spend a minimum of 30 minutes per day. Who is likely to achieve that target? Of course, it's the second person. So sometimes yearly target or goals is a mirage. I will rather recommend either monthly or quarterly. Even if you set quarterly goals, you must break it down to monthly. And you find a way to break that month down to weekly. Right? So, and in the name of the Lord God Almighty, if you are able to imbibe in these 7 blueprints that I've revealed to you today, you will come back at the end of 2024 to pay tithes to me and say, thank you. This tithe belongs to you. Amen. So this is the end of my class. I would like to take questions from, you can clap for me if you want, you can do yay if you want, if you want release fire if you want, you can release bomb if you want. I think it's been an amazing session. Even from my side as I'm speaking, I'm also learning. So if you have a question, you can type it in, I'll read it. Let's take 2 or 3 persons. Otimpu Joel, thank you for shouting that shout. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Everybody that, thank you, Kem, for the clap. Good news, thank you for the fire. Yes, let there be fire everywhere. Fire! Land hostess, Florence, oh, my precious lady. Thank you so much for being part of this class. I can't wait to see you. Hopefully we'll see in 2024. I'm going to drag you to Port Harcourt for Executive Sales Masterclass next year. Hopefully. Because I don't know if I'm coming to Asaba yet. All right. Yeah, so who else? Ask a question if you have any. I will take only 3 questions. And then we'll call it a night. We have spent 94 minutes. That is like an hour, 30 minutes so far. Wow. Almost an hour, 30 something minutes. Is there any question? Is there any question? The second person said, okay. Some people just, okay. Yeah. Okay. In the absence of any, I believe somebody, oh, Boss Mick. When am I coming to Ikeja? I'm coming to Lagos next year, but somebody is telling me that I should host it in Lekki, not Ikeja. So we are going to walk around that. Boss me, but I'll be in Lagos and Port Harcourt next year. I will host sales masterclass in Lagos and Port Harcourt. Yeah. So we'll work together on that and talk around it. Yeah. All right. Let's have our call. Oh, something juicy. Who is saying that? Okay, Prudence. All right. You know where to find me. Lucan Ward, thank you. No question. Is that okay? How many of you will promise me that you are going to listen to this broadcast again? All right, Joy, that's fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so, all right, in the absence of any question, I wish I had one. Thank you so much, Daniel Ebaye. Ebaye, I appreciate you all. Yeah, Boss Make, okay, I'll listen and share. Yeah, you can listen and share the link when I share it. Share it to people you love. At least you've been here for 1 hour, 30 minutes. You know it's of value. Share it to people you love. And don't leave this channel without subscribing to it. Show some love to the sales guru who is also bringing this value to you. And let's grow together. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. May 2024 be your best year ever. Okay, Joel now asks, how can someone be able to manage money to fund some goals? Oh, money management. That's completely a different diversification now. But before you manage money, you must be able to make the money. The first goal is to make money. Make it enough before you can manage it. Right? I thought it's something that is relating to this, but it's completely a different thing. So we may not dive into it because our time is fast spent. I don't want us to clock 2 hours on this. But Joe, you can always reach out to me. You know how to do that. Yeah, Ofuruna say, honestly amazing. Thank you. I love all of you. And have a beautiful night's rest. You can send me some love. I would like to receive it. Send me some love, emoji. Subscribe to the channel. And let's have an amazing year. Stay tuned to the Sales Guru, all my social media handles. A lot is coming for you. And I love you so much. More kisses to you. Thank you. All right, let me end this.